All right, guys, we're going live again just because we're seeing some things cross up that are very important to see some kind of squeeze. Okay, so we're seeing some things squeeze up. This could just be a gamma squeeze. We don't know just yet. We know that Roaring Kitty posted something and it had to do with options, but right now we're seeing an hourly curl up for GME. We're seeing AMC already make that curl up. We talked about when the hourly curls up, that is the moment to be in. We were talking about the 5-minute, how is most likely after the 5-minute pullback, we'll see that hourly curl up. So following the signals very, very well here, right here on that 5-minute curl up. That's where you know, hey, the hourly is most likely to turn up here. And guess what? We're turning up. Okay. And the important thing here, still, I really do like my 2-hour signals. I'm going to wait for some people to get in here. Make sure to like as you do get into the stream today. So that more people can be here to learn about this technical analysis. All right. We got to be able to learn about this technical analysis. I'm about to get some tunes ready. Got to get some tunes ready for the stream today. But there's a lot to pay attention to, and the market's acting as well. We're seeing another squeeze in the market as well, probably for them to convince you like, oh, the whole market is squeezing, not just AMC and GME. We'll see, but I think we're about to run into some problems as long as that dollar keeps remaining higher. Okay, so we're going to keep talking about the dollar throughout the day today. If you didn't notice that the dollar was actually higher while the stock market was higher up as well. And now we're seeing what we talked about earlier, this hourly divergence starting to confirm. So we could see an upward move in the market. We notified you this on Patreon just a little bit ago. About an hour ago, I tried to make sure to get something out on Patreon. Not so much being like, hey, there's a bunch of trade setups, more of a be careful and wait and look at the bigger time frames, because this volatility play here, I'm glad I got out of my volatility play. I followed the signals. My risk management told me to get out of this play. I did. I didn't lose anything on that. And now the dollar is starting to confirm down as well. So we'll see what happens going forward. I noticed that the SPY was starting to jump up to higher levels. Mainly, I think an hourly crossing up would confirm that move. We're noticing on the Qs, we're already getting that cross up. We're heading outside of the daily expected move. Be very, very cautious here. We're going to pay close attention to the put call ratio as well. Okay, so there's a lot to pay attention to. I thought it was very important to go live right now because this is the type of signal that you see before you would see AMC and GME have upward price action, and that's what we're talking about in this video. Okay, that's what we're talking about in this video. So smash the like button so that we can get some more people in here to talk about it with us. This is an upward move that is heading into some kind of divergence here on the hourly scale. This could be given up by the end of the day. Remember, 68% chance to land down out in that zone by the end of the day. Remember the SPY, if it goes a little higher, well, 68% chance to land down in this zone, but it's a very, very small zone. The volume is very low. Everything about this just screams this is interesting, weird behavior on the shorter time frame. So overall, I think paying attention to the daily scale is going to be the move here. Seeing when that actually curls over, that can show you extreme weakness in the SPY and the Qs. And the overall thing with that is you see it on the SPY and the Qs, you see the divergence. Now that can be violated. We'll have to see. But remember, the whole month, we're only supposed to go to 468.25. We're already there. We're already there, and it's only the 11th. So we have a lot more time of the month. We could head higher. I'm not going to say we can't, right? There's always a probability to head higher. They can rig this market however they want. If you didn't notice, Apple, kind of a rigged move, I would say. But our risk management helped us out here. As far as this morning goes, in the first like 15 minutes of the day, you should know like, hey, I shouldn't be trading against Apple. That's positive territory ahead of you. But the important thing with AMC and GME is this. Look at AMC. It's actually with this upward move able to curl back up this MACD. That means daily momentum, if it holds up here, could be with you from now on. It could be with you. And this never crossed down. So daily momentum still with you on GME as well. GME lagging behind a little bit, but finally able to cross on that daily MACD. If this bar can be good for you, that would be amazing. Now this is following the same pattern right now as AMC, so we want to pay attention to the same thing as earlier. Look at the cup. Okay, we have the cup. Now this might have violated the cup here, but I'm still going to consider this a cup or some kind of building of liquidity in this area. Now the 5-minute looks like it needs some kind of pullback. You have a little divergence on the RSI, so a pullback makes sense. We want to see if that can pull down and curl right back up. That would be a good sign for confirmation of GME towards the end of the day. And guess what? That would lead into power hour. So we're really paying close attention here. AMC going to higher levels. Yeah, we can see another 5-minute pullback. The important thing to pay attention to here is the 2-hour crossing up. That is the big signal for me. Why? Because it is well in positive territory. So if we can remain higher, that's great. The signal I do not want to happen. I do not want this 15-minute to be able to cross over at any time, especially this one. If the 30-minute crosses down, this is most likely not the moment, okay? This is it saying, hey, I'm crossing down, I'm by negative territory, I could head lower, okay? That is what it would tell you. But if this 30-minute doesn't cross down and the 2-hour crosses up, that is exactly what you would want to see for momentum to head up from here. And I think it is important for you to know that. All right, who's in here today? At the end of the day, how was lunch? It was good. It was good. Actually, wait, I haven't had lunch yet. I've been working this whole time. So I've been working pretty much this whole time. I got to go on like a little 5-minute walk with Mama Bear and Baby Bear. And then I pretty much have just been working this whole entire time, honestly. I haven't really gotten a break. So I thought it was important to come live today, though. And here's lunch. If you guys want to see lunch, here's lunch. Oh, is this a sandwich?
No.
Oh, okay.
You want a sandwich?
No. This is not a sandwich. Hello, my friend. Hello, everyone. You took a nap? See, you gotta enjoy life. Take those naps. My AMC calls have officially gone either break even or even positive. Pretty awesome. I respect you because you're about the only YouTuber I've seen not trying to make money off Kitty's name. Yeah, I'm not going to sit there and spam Roaring Kitty stuff. I'm just going to tell you he posted something about options. It can cause this. I don't really think that's the cause of the price of the stock going up. The main thing here was what I believe, and I mentioned this in the first live video, Robert, was GME was getting hit hard today. It wasn't able to see much upward price action, even with huge amount of volume coming in here, and we're not seeing any upward price action. But at the same time, maybe they're forcing this down and they're not paying attention to AMC, and AMC was seeing this run up. We paid attention to the 5-minute crossing. There you go. We called it perfectly. We said a 5-minute pullback here. If that's able to cross, that's pretty much a confirmation your hourly is going to cross into positive territory and everything. So it ended up happening, and so I hopped back on so we could talk about it, because the game isn't over, right? The game isn't over. But this, I believe, was not being paid attention to today. They were really forcing GME down because of the tweet last night from Roaring Kitty, right? Talking about GME. They're really worried about GME, but I think now GME is going to catch up to AMC. So I think this was the distraction for today. Now AMC is making the move up, and maybe AMC now becomes the distraction with some resistance here from the short sellers. And then we notice that this starts to break out. So I did mention that in my video on Patreon, and I think we have a good likelihood for a 5-minute pullback just like AMC. Just like AMC, I think it's going to perform the same. We get a 5-minute pullback. If that's able to turn back around, that's a good indication that that hourly is going to turn up. We can't thank you enough. Yeah, this is, so if you guys want to see what she makes, this is the ramen bowl. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's kind of full. Let me turn it so you can see it. She makes like steak ramen bowls. Let me see. Can you see it? Look at that. I don't know why I put the sticks in the way. The sticks. Those are my Stitch chopsticks, by the way. I have Stitch chopsticks. Yes, I use chopsticks. Here you go. Ah. Pretty much homemade ramen. I mean, we just pretty much, she uses the ramen, like the nicer ramen packets, and then she just makes it her own, so it's very cool. Max paying for GME, $30. So a very important thing to understand if these 2 hours, if these hourlies, and the 2 hour has not crossed up. The AMC, it's closer, so we'll talk about that for a sec. 633 would be the unexpected area for the options market. So 633 would catch them off guard, and that's starting to curl up right there. That's green. That is green. And then GME, this one far away, but you can see 4117 is the level that they would not want it to get above this week. We pay attention to the options data. This is the number that they made for us. I just did the calculation. 4117, we get above that, pain. Most likely that is where you start to see a bunch of weird behavior from GME if we can't burst through it. This would actually be great though, if like say we build up by end of day and then we gap higher by morning. That would be a great thing, because then you're not allowing them to clamp it down unless they have halts and things like that. AMC, same thing. If you get up to this area and you gap above these two lines, that would be great, but especially above 633 for this week. So not necessarily Discord. I don't want to commit myself to anything that I can't put my time fully into. I don't want to, disrespect your guys' time or anything like that. I have so much going on, and baby girl, all the things. So I try to update Patreon as much as possible. I will say that Patreon, and I do say this about Patreon. A lot of people who start Discords, they try to put out a trade a week. If I do not see a good setup, I will not show it on Patreon. If I do not think it is a good setup, I will not show it on Patreon. And the two setups that we've given lately was IWM was a great one last week. This was a great one that we showed last week, and we just noticed the 30-minute here. Or when was this? This was back June 4th. Yeah, so we just noticed this right here, and we caught this run up. So, or maybe it was right here. It was actually right here. So right here, this was the real last trade I gave. And you notice it's been some time since I said this is going to be a good trade. Boom, that was a great trade. Look at that. That is a great move. And we know, hey, yeah, okay, now there's a 15-minute divergence up here. We shouldn't be in that. So I took profit right away. I'm not trying to make $1 million in a market like this, especially using shorter time frames. Right now, the main things I'm looking at, guys, are going to be daily charts. Daily charts are going to be a big hint. You're seeing the divergence. This could literally complete tomorrow. And now we're seeing AMC and GME start to pop and cross on hourly MACDs. That is those are all the signals that you see are here for AMC for this to be a big move. Now I would say all the signals are telling you here, daily momentum can take over, positive move. Awesome. 2 hour, what's happening here? It's starting to cross up. That means positive move can come. We got to watch out for 633, 30-minute. Maybe we want to look at that. This says, what if I get a pullback? Now, the interesting thing about the 30-minute, I went back and I looked at the last time that this happened. Since everyone's interested on the last time that AMC and GME actually went to like $400 or whatever, okay? The 30-minute never crossed over, and at the very top, you saw a 30-minute divergence. Everything we pay attention to told you there would be a reversal in trend at the top. So if you're going to see a big move, if this is the moment, the 30-minute will not be able to cross over. So if we do this, and then you see that 30-minute crossover, that means that is not the moment. That is one of the biggest hints that no other YouTuber will probably tell you. I have researched it very extensively. I've gone into the charts, and I noticed that throughout that whole run, the 30-minute really wasn't able to cross over once. When it did, it set up a divergence at the very top. So this is me helping you in real time, just being like, hey, I'm not telling you buy, sell, anything. I'm just telling you what happened in the past. In the past, during the last sneeze, it was a 30-minute divergence called the top. Do you think PLTR is manipulated upside right now? I think everything is manipulated upside right now, by the way. I think everything is, I would be very cautious with these things moving forward. This is a great trade setup, great swing trade, right? Confirmation here, boom, big swing trade up to the high here. And now you just have to pay attention. You're starting to create 30-minute divergences, which like to roll over 2 hours. If you see this go a little higher, you can create a 2-hour divergence. That means daily could be reversing in trend. You're seeing a lot of manipulated moves, okay? I don't even need to show Apple, but here you go. Like that one is just psychotic at this point. 5-minute divergence could form here. We could go up a little bit higher and maybe even see this rug pulled by the end of the day as the dollar is coming off. This could, remember, during the day, these pull-offs like this, like look on an hourly, these pull-offs like this could be inside or not insider buying. This could be during the day, the retail buying. Retail buying, that's exactly what they want to happen up here. We notice that when you do see insider selling, what happens? It happens after hours. It happens early in the morning, 7 a.m. All right, if we go over to here, we see pretty much midnight. We see a little run up. What was this right here? We see 3 a.m. We see a run up. Okay, that's when the insiders do their thing. They're trying to do it so you can't pay attention, you can't react. Right now, what are we seeing? Volatility taper off. So volatility could come down. We could still head higher. And that's why I think the bigger time frames are going to be more important. We're starting to struggle here, though. We'll see what happens. XLU was not able to confirm the move up. It's starting to turn down. That's very important to understand as well. 30-minute did turn down. We have that, 15-minute divergence down here. But if that just rolls, it never confirms up on a 30-minute, then it's not going to be a good move. Right? Tesla, I think we got a good shot to go test something like 172. QQQ daily expected move is, we're at it right now, 467.42. And this is the monthly expected move right above you. Okay, so this is the entire month. You're already there. Very important to see that. SPX, yeah, I don't have the right levels because I don't look at SPX too often. Most of the time I'm looking at futures market. So for SPX, you can see a similar pattern here. I still like the hourly as the more clear one. If we're going to see that upward move, I would just be very cautious of an hourly divergence. I think that this is some kind of trap, and just because the dollar is so high and the dollar bottoms before the actual market, and the dollar bottomed back in December. And now it bottomed again and saw a rapid move. So just be very, very careful. NVIDIA, yeah, we can look at NVIDIA as well. Remember this one here. Now it's not seeing as much strength, isn't it? It's not seeing as much strength anymore. That's kind of worrisome, as we saw that 0.68 CPC level come in, and now we're at a 0.849 for the PCC. That would tell me during the day here, yeah, this can roll up 30-minute. Okay, cool. Roll up, awesome, sweet. Little move maybe, and then boom, we just see a divergence there. We already have one for a double top. The big thing here is going to be if this daily can roll over, then you have a prolonged pullback to at least the 50, if not all the way down to the 200. So we're paying attention, but I wanted you guys to see this. Look at this rigged move. Do you see that? Do you guys see this on my chart? Do you see this on my chart? Apparently there was a wick that went all the way up to 196 at some point for NVIDIA. Like I said, all the time, we do not know where these stocks are actually trading at. I said that multiple times over the last week. What the AMC and GME thing has taught me, because they are trading in dark pools at higher levels, sometimes GME is trading up towards $45. This tells me the same thing, and you're seeing it on TradingView. That means it did hit the tape for 1 second, and my system caught it, right? Now, if I go into the shorter time frames, what do you notice? Now, you're going to say, that's a glitch, that's a glitch. That's fine. If you believe that, I believe it's not. I believe something funky is happening here. And they're trying to pump that higher and then sell it off, right? So right now, that could mean to me, what if all the buying that's gone on with NVIDIA, what if all the retail that's bought NVIDIA, it's actually supposed to be up that high, but because they don't want it to go that high, because they're not in it anymore, they just give you this price. It's fishy. Because look, there's nothing on a 2-hour. There's nothing on a 2-hour. But there is on the daily. There is on the daily. Let's see if it's on the weekly. There is on the weekly. Isn't that fishy? Crazy, 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 man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, for NVIDIA, the 2-hour was able to confirm, and we've moved sideways since then. So we are moving sideways. If this 2-hour curls up, yeah, we can get a positive move. Day or weekly expected move maybe, but we're just using the implied volatility from last week. As of right now, you're seeing this very, very flat. If that curls up, awesome. Awesome, cool. I don't care. Upside. I'm not trading this thing. It's sick. Yeah, it's a glitch. It's a glitch, guys. Gosh, man, we're seeing a lot of glitches. The big dog NVIDIA is what we're looking at now, and it confirmed the 2-hour divergence. So I'm just sitting here patient. I think the bigger time frames are what you pay attention to, because if this thing curls over on a daily, you can see the price action can get wonky. See how it's wonky? But eventually, that thing is going to end up down. I'm just going to tell you that. That's my overall opinion. I think they're using this as a rigged way to hold stock higher. I think they're using this. I think today they're using Apple. Apple, there's no reason for that big move up. That it's a good buy at this price. And I'm just gonna take you guys investment style here. Your indicator would say, yeah, this thing is cooked. This thing is cooked to the upside. This thing on the monthly scale, sure, you can cross up and see a positive move, but we haven't crossed up yet. On the weekly side, what do we notice here? Yeah, it's curled up, but it's already overbought. If they want to start rigging this one, that's fine with me. I don't care. I'm not going to be trading Apple for a little bit now because of this right here, but you're noticing slight divergence there, and that can cross down. The reason we have a red line is because Jim Cramer said this is a great buy. If you were looking at a 2-hour chart and it looked like this, would you say it's a great buy? My chart would say, my indicators would tell me, probably not. Probably want to wait for a pullback. It did backfire. I think it's stupid. I think that I'm glad I don't have an Apple phone. Granted, I have a freaking Google phone. Like, you guys realize, once I saw that from Apple, how phones are now going to put AI into their OS systems, I'm thinking about getting rid of my phone, my smartphone. I'm thinking about getting it. Yes, Apple's. Oh, yes, it is right. This move right here is just all the people got puts. They realized, hey, we baited everyone into Apple. Let's send it. That's what this is. And now retail's buying in this little area here while probably they sell to them, right? So I'm just saying this is not regular market behavior. This is awful, and I would start to pay attention to daily charts. And I'm really thinking about getting rid of my smartphone soon because I'm going to switch back to a flip phone. How much do you think we'll get this week? I don't know about this week. I can tell you this. I can tell you what the options market is expecting if we see downside for the entire week. The options market is expecting right here, 525.41. That's where the SPY is expected to go. And for the Qs, it is expected to go to 452.92. Okay, those are the two areas that we pay attention to. I'm not going to sit, make up levels, give you an opinion. Like I can give my opinion sometimes, but when you ask a question like that, how exactly far can it go down for the week? Well, the options market told you this. So if we end up down here, that's pretty much as far down as the options market is telling us. Fast up on a 30-minute, 1 hour. Do you think it would be risk managed? I don't know at this level. You're seeing a lot of divergences with those forming. Now you can see a ballistic move. It's just you're playing a rigged game right now. You're playing a rigged game right now. And if anything, I would just be like, well, these things are supposed to go ballistic. Everyone's telling you that they're not. And then this is the exact signal that you would see before they do. A 2-hour crossing up. Awesome. GME, what did it do? Well, let's see. The 5-minute hasn't pulled back yet. I'd really like that to pull back more. I really would, just to build liquidity for a sec. But hey, sometimes the biggest moves are just straight up. We'll see. But the hourly was able to cross up here. So GME is saying, hey, potential for some kind of bounce. That is what this says right now. It's still negative. It's saying potential for some kind of bounce. Once it crosses the center line, it says, I'm bullish on the hourly scale. AMC, potential for some kind of bounce, but it's very close to the center line. Now it's saying, I am bullish. That is what the indicators are telling you here. This is what you see when there are moves up. When there are moves up. If a 30-minute crosses over at any time, that is not going to be the move up. Here, I gotta let my dog in real quick. Real quick, gotta let my dog in. Chill, I'm right here. I'm literally right here. He's just old. So if you want the Qs to go down, you're going to see the daily crossover. There's really no good shorter time frame signals. Even the 2-hour, yeah, it's probably your best one is going to be the 2-hour because I love 2-hour charts. That crossed over, that crossed back up. So you needed to see that fail. And maybe right now we're going to get a clear 30-minute divergence right here. So I would really pay attention. This is not the strongest move for the Qs. Volatility is dropping off. So yes, it could go higher for the SPY, for the Qs, but just know if this stuff starts to pop off, oh my God, it is popping. Oh my God, it's just going. But remember, if this 30-minute crosses over, I've done my research during the last sneeze, if that's what you're hoping for here. I'm just saying this is a bounce. It's going positive. That is all positive signs. That is a bullish sign. Now, if you're expecting something crazy, I went back, I did the research. If the 30-minute MACD crosses down, it says that's not the moment. And then if it turns back up, it says that is the moment. All right? That's all you need to know. Do you think Tesla will get it down? How low? 160s this week? Hoping to bounce from there. Tesla, I still think it's going to get a... Ooh, it's not going to get a retest. Holy shiz. A lot of retailers trade this. That's why it's all messy. I really would like to see the retest of 172. If it doesn't retest that, you're probably looking for a 15-minute divergence. Then you bounce for a retest and you see what happens from there. That's kind of how you break down out of like head and shoulders. This is a prolonged, crazy range, I would say. But you can retest that range. I really thought we would come up to something like 172 to 173, maybe even go up, yeah, above 173 just a little bit. Test this area right here. That would make a lot of sense for a retest. And then you want to see, do you break through that or are you rejected there? But Tesla, as far as it goes, I mean, I would just say it can go lower because the weekly expected move is lower right now. So you see it turning down. The weekly expected move, 165 looks likely. 165 looks likely. If that's able to roll down on the 15-minute here, we could head down a little bit lower. That's what the options market's telling me. Bull trap, I think they're setting up the bull trap for sure. It can extend for some time, guys. We're not seeing like the clearest of signals, but it really looks like it, especially if volatility turns up here. But right now you do have 30-minute divergences, okay? This looks like some kind of bull trap because you have steep 30-minute divergence. If that starts to fail dramatically in the last hour when volume picks up, if the Qs start to drop dramatically here, that is steep divergence on a 30-minute, and it can really roll over the 2-hour. 2-hour rolls over. Okay, now I need to pay attention to my daily divergence here. The daily divergence is there. If that confirms, yeah, we still have to pay attention to our weekly expected moves, but it could get ugly pretty quick because the dollar is gone. It is just off to the races. Hopefully that was helpful, BK. I just don't think Tesla is like the best thing in the world right now. I might just eat with a fork. Usually I eat with chopsticks, but I love chopsticks. I think they're fun. S&P cross on the 2-hour. Yeah, it's still crossed, so this isn't even confirming another upward move, and you already made the 30-minute divergence. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to snack for a little bit. You guys chat back and forth. Let me know what's happening out there. All we need to do now is make sure this 30-minute isn't rolling over by the end of the day. Same thing goes for GME. You don't want that 30-minute to roll over. That means it's not going positive anymore. All right, let me just chill. Let me chill. Leave it on this for a little bit. It's fun to watch. We'll see if that 30 minutes is going to cross over. I'm going to go ahead and try to eat this pretty quick. I'm a very slow eater, though, which is the problem. But Mama Bear says I need to eat more, so I'm very, very skinny right now, and I hate it. But you can, if you can't tell, I am always doing something. I'm always doing something, so it makes sense why I'm skinny. I'm always doing something, and I forget to eat. Hey, thank you to anyone who was purchasing the course while we were taking that little lunch break there. Really appreciate it. And that link's down in the description, but for now, I think it's important you pay attention to the charts. I would say know that that's there after today is done, but I think this is important to just watch your screens for a little bit. She makes it spicy because I like it. I'm a spicy guy. I can't believe both of my AMC options are breaking even right now. Okay, let's actually, since AMC looks pretty good, someone watch if that 30 minutes scrolling down. Let's watch GME. Let's see if this hourly is able to confirm. And maybe we do get that 5-minute pullback. Let's watch it on a 5-minute. I would really like to see a small pullback, just like for AMC, just like earlier. We called this very, very well. This is where a pullback would be nice for some kind of handle, even though it's not, like we keep discussing. It doesn't look like the best cup and handle because of this move right here. But I'm still going to treat it as curling down and then curling back up like a cup and handle would. Even though with this look, a cup and handle isn't the best reversal signal here because of the big drop. You'd really want to make that handle up higher towards 47.57, but I think if we see an upward move, we have a chance to gap, unless they force the stock down. I would highly encourage you to do TradingView. I don't know the values. I don't know the values of, yeah, nothing's happening over here just yet. I wouldn't know the values that they're using on Webull. But I would just make sure, like, TradingView is very, very good, in my opinion. I've only used TradingView the whole time. I love it. Oh yeah, Kenji, if you want to look back, it's just AMC's good. Just make sure it's not curling over on a 30-minute. I've done my research into the last sneeze and just saying, just the 30-minute never crossed back down when it saw a big move. So if it's crossing back down, that might mean that it's not the big move. So if it crosses back down, I bought some extra contracts. If it crosses back down, I'm going to sell those contracts and just I'm keeping most of it. I'm literally going to sell like 10% of my position. Because I'm still managing that trade back and forth. So 30-minute, if that crosses down, that means it could just go down dramatically and be forced. Look at it topping out. So I just sell a little bit of those positions, and then if that turns back up, I'm right back in. I just want to make sure to be managing my risk. With drops over 50%, that's this look right here. This is this look right here. Do you see this? So this right here, technically, if you would have held up at this level and created the cup up here, that would be a better one, or actually it would be this level, right? But because you see this like staggered off look, it's not necessarily the best to make a cup and handle here. What you're hoping for is to get that cup and handle all the way up here. But the sporadic move here, right here, means that this is technically not, I believe this wouldn't be a cup and handle because it goes up to the halfway line. I think is that what you're saying? Without a cup and handle is invalid with drops over 50. It's if you get violated to the center as well. And then if this drops more through 50% as well, I believe it's violated too. So you kind of know both things. I would think right here is where the cup and handle would form. Because that's not that big. Yeah, that's 39. And then this right here is what you're looking for, not the 50% pop of this right here. I mean, I'd have to pull up that, but I'm trying to eat right now. But pretty much, it's like this could have invalidated the cup and handle on GME. It didn't even happen on AMC or this one right here. But this isn't the best reversal signal, but it played out. So that's why I paid attention to it. It's just not the best reversal, but it happened. So that's great. Okay, Jimmy, I'm glad I had it right. I was like, cup and handle, there's a few different things to it, but especially when you're looking at it on a shorter time frame, I'm like, God damn. So all I'm getting at is AMC had the right cup and handle in this area, but if you're looking at a 30-minute, technically the cup and handle you'd want to be up here. Not necessarily up here, I would say here. All right, let's see. Ready for the bank crash? Well, all of them are having liquidity issues now. Everyone's having liquidity. Look at the market. The market has liquidity issues. Slap the like. Whoopsh. Dude. Like, taking the little, like, the better noodles, it's like $3 or $2 ramen, and she makes it like her own thing. Puts like corn in it, steak, hard-boiled eggs. God, it's fucking good, man. It's one of my favorite things, and then she makes it all spicy. I feel like Naruto over here eating my ramen. Harley's able to curl up. That's a good sign. What's going on Twitter? Is CPI tomorrow going to be a big deal? It depends on the number that comes out. I believe the month over month, not the CPI, just the month over month inflation, I think, was supposed to come down. All the other ones are supposed to come in even. If they come in even, that's not a good sign. And then you have Jerome Powell later in the day. We'll probably watch that. Hope you're stacking physical silver. M7 coming back with the silver. I hope you are too. Actually, what am I saying? I know you are. I freaking know you are. The important thing for AMC is it's confirming, I think, a 2-hour. That would, no, it's not confirming yet. Ooh, that would be insanely good if that 2-hour can cross. If the daily's crossing right now, so we'll see what happens. But I think 30-minute AMC, let's just leave it on there just for a little bit to see what this pullback has in store for us. I hope you have that silver hidden. Hope you have that gold hidden in case the government comes knocking on your door later because they know that you purchased gold. Just saying. Just saying. Well, that's if Biden's still our president. Exactly, Luke. Perfect. Yep. And if there's that much volume on AMC and GME and it's not heading up, which you know over 90% of the stock is held by retail, they're not selling, then you would probably say there's probably some short selling going on. Even more. The more they short sell and the more the price goes up, the worse off they are. The bigger the problem, the bigger the price in the future, possibly. It could be. It could be, Steve, but we're seeing some crash signals, so I'm not saying it has to be the moment. I'm telling you how to see when momentum's telling you momentum is going up. Right now, momentum is saying I'm going up. If the 30-minute crosses down, it would say I am no longer going up, and I can go negative. So that's overall what we do on this channel. We're not saying, oh, it's gonna go to 1 million tomorrow. We don't know when it's gonna do whatever it's gonna do. We just know that when momentum turns up, the stock can go up, and we want to pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? But to say it is a distraction, I think that's a distraction. I think Nvidia is more a distraction. I think Apple's the distraction today. Because you're like, this going up is a distraction. Okay, then, what else is going up? Well, this going up must be a distraction too. Why would this be a distraction today? Interesting. Maybe. It's possible. So your position sold 50, you sold 50 puts just because where it was frozen. I don't know enough about that, like the BNED, and I don't know enough about H11 halts. I know a little bit about LULD, LULD halts, but for the most part, yeah, I don't really want to comment too much on it. If I knew more about BNED, I would. Today on sold 50 puts. I'm up 19K. It sold on 50 puts because it was frozen. So you made money to the downside? Hey, that's cool. That's cool. 30-minute pulling back. So what we can do is say, well, if the 30 minutes going to pull back or not going to pull back, we're probably going to see this 5-minute continue to go up. Now we're in an area where making another handle would suffice. We'll see. But you'd probably, I really would think you'd want to be up a little higher. Yeah. We'll see what happens with it. The main thing is 30-minute though. Let's just not overthink it. Tesla, I'm in calls and it back tested 167 on me during my lunch break. Yeah, Tesla started to rotate back down. Now it's heading back up. You are crossed. I would just be cautious. You're most likely going to get a test of like 172 to 173, and then you have to see, because that would be a retest. That's what happens when you break through a key level, right? You're going to come test that level again. Maybe we're going to test that level again, and then you want to look for any kind of rejection, turning down on this 30-minute MACD. But right now, the direction is down. You're well into negative territory on the 30-minute. Premiums on what? Premiums on what? Because premiums can remain high for a couple of reasons. 1, demand. 2, the market maker feels like it, or they want to deter you from doing it. Or 3, maybe people hedging their short selling, if you're talking about those. Apple puts, that could be, most likely, that might be everyone trying to short Apple at the same time. So what they like to do to retail when Apple, like, say, goes ballistic and people try to short big moves is they'll send it down just a little bit. And then people will be like, yeah, I'm making money. And they just rip it higher like this. And then they all start to go, ah, shoot, I'm not going to short this. And then it actually happens. So that happens a lot. GameStop. Oh, it's still ripping. That is still turned up. We got 21 minutes left. There you go. This is your confirmation. You got 21 minutes. Stare at this for 21 minutes. And that says it's still bearish context, guys. You're still in negative territory. With this crossing up would be a bullish contrarian signal. That does not mean all the probabilities are with you to go up. You need to cross that center line. Once you cross that center line, you can say bullish. Just like AMC, we said the same thing right here. Now, this was a little closer to the center line, so it went bullish very fast. Now it is bullish, right? GME, this one needs a little bit more time. A little bit more time. That's it. Just a little bit. Bruce, who you growling at? I'm going for Trump this time, but that's my opinion. I vote based on policy. I strictly vote based on policy. I encourage all my friends and people around me to only vote on policy, and I'm doing the same. Blowing up right now. Could you do a minute-to-minute status update? What do you think? I don't really do minute-to-minute. I'm trying to get it so if I make enough money over the next year or two, I'm going to hire one of my friends, and he's kind of going to be the guy that live video, like on the live video, he'll read us the tape. Meaning like if something has big news, he can read it to me and we can go check out the stock. I thought that would be very, very cool. So now, remember what we said, AMC, GME might have been the distraction this morning. It had a lot more volume being used to suppress it. And then AMC started to pop. So now I kind of think now they're going to be worried about AMC. They might suppress it and then GME is going to run, right? And then AMC will kind of be the distraction for GME to run. And then eventually it becomes a big problem. That's kind of how I would think it would play out, but it just depends. Just depends. It can play out in a million different ways, right? So we just don't want the 30 minutes to cross over. That's the only thing you don't want to happen here, because you see it's still close to the center line, aka you could go make a divergence, right? We could go do this, and that's just not a good look. So you just want to see if that 30 minutes crossing down. And the same thing could be said for GME. You do not want this 30-minute crossing down. We know the hourly's turned up. If the 30 minutes crossing down, we know the hourly's not going to be turned up. Made 101%. Congratulations, I like anime. Congratulations. See, so now I want to pay attention to AMC. I want to see if this 30 minutes is able to cross over. If it's not, by the end of the day, it's saying, hey, risk management doesn't step in there. That's what it says to me. That says I don't need to sell anything to me. It's just the indicator letting you do some risk management. Selling covered calls. Hedge funds do not own the majority of GME shares. That is incorrect. I can go see if I can find the data point for you. I've researched it a lot. They do not. That data was false. The AMC data a month ago said that hedge funds own 71%, and they redid. They did the data again, and they said, oh, those numbers were accidentally flipped. It's just not. That's not true. Now, they might say they own them, but do they actually own the shares as well? That's what you can look at. So as of right now, FFIE finally curling up on the 30-minute. Remember, we were still talking about you can do the same things down here. If FFIE with these divergences here can turn up on this hourly, you might see a good move. I would just be careful with all of these. I mean, this one can go. I mean, right? A positive move can happen when you cross up and go positive territory. That's all we're saying on this channel. AMC and GME are the big dogs. So if FFIE pops off, just I would think if FFIE starts to die off, people might just only flow into AMC and GME. So just be a little careful with it, but I get you. Reddit, we can check that real quick. Oh, it could be. I don't like that buying. I don't like that buying. I really don't. So 2 hour, yes, you could see a breakout here. Now this would not be cup and handle. That would most likely not be cup and handle. Let me see, let me measure. Yeah, see the 50 line? The 50 line's right here, and you almost tag it. I'm gonna say that that's not the best cup and handle, but I'd pay attention to your signals, right? If the hourly is going to curl up, positive territory, a positive move can come. Now, this is not the best buying algorithm for you. You can see this continue from that. So what you'd really want to see most likely is this to flag out up here and then make the move again, because that's just not the best pattern for up. That means like maybe squeeze, maybe algorithmic buying, and then eventually it just rips away. So, but hourly turning up looks like a positive move can come. Let's look at a daily scale here. Daily turning up, got divergence up here as well. So just be a little like, it's hard to say. I want you guys to start to put on investor hats for a second and think, would I invest at these levels? That's not the best look. Also, I don't have much data to go off of here, right? So when we talk about invest at good levels, it's this guy. Is this the best level to invest based on just the MACD alone? Well, it's not telling you that. And it looks like some rigged shit is happening. Like AMD, this one would maybe have an argument if it could turn up on this MACD, right? It would have an argument. You got divergence down here. We talked about that. This one had an argument, but now it's kind of getting rid of that argument, you know? Like stop looking at charts that look like this on their MACD way overbought and be like, should I buy this right now? Like think about it more as an investor these days. It's a very hard market to trade in, like back and forth. I haven't taken many trades. I got out of my volatility trade and I haven't taken another trade, right? I got out of this because everything looks wonky to me. I'm not even going to trade volatility. I'm not confident with it. So why would I? Why would I? If I wanted to, I could take like a 2-month out, probably downward position, and then just be like, okay, cool. I could take like a 2-month position out for the volatility and see if something happens, because I'm really just paying attention to the daily scale for the SPY. I'm really just paying attention to this, seeing this roll over negative territory. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing, right? I'm seeing if this rolls over. That would be a possible reversal in trend, seeing if this can actually cross the center line or if it's going to turn back up for a triple divergence. We go do something like this. That is what I'm paying attention to. I'm looking at the bigger signals because nothing is correct about the shorter signals right now. GME not confirming downside. Did AMC curl over yet? Ooh, some big weakness, some big weakness. All right, we can watch a 15-minute here. See if that pulls back. The key thing about the 15-minute is, yeah, if that crosses over, it's not the best sign, right? We could see something like this again. We could see something like this again. But the key thing here is it's still positive. So until that rolls negative, I'm not too worried. This could just go like that, but we'll pay attention. This could be day traders. This could be short selling. This could be anything. We don't know. That's why I really just wanted to tell you, if the 30-minute crosses over, you just know it's probably not the moment. It's probably not the moment for upside. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you whether to buy or sell anything. I can tell you what I'm doing and just say the 15 minutes pretty cooked, but this is where a good place to create a handle. Maybe if I see a 15-minute or a 5-minute decent pullback and that curls back up, maybe that actually does form. Doesn't look like the best cup and handle though. I'm just telling you right now, I don't even think it is, maybe. I tell you this though, that's weakness up there. All right, I gotta leave this on AMC for a sec. I gotta spread it out and I gotta finish my meal real quick, and then we can, so give me like 13 minutes here. I'll finish this meal and we'll be good to go, seeing some craziness. Just pay attention. I'll look at GME for me real quick, but yeah, it looks like a pullback makes the most sense here. I just think that the 30 minutes shouldn't cross though. Want the 30-minute to cross here. Everyone understand why? And this is the same explanation, Barnabas, for GameStop. I do not want this to cross because it is so close to negative territory. Negative territory. That means bad trend. That means I can go lower than this. So if I have an upside play, I do not want that to happen. That's the indicator telling me downside. So why would I assume upside? GME is the same thing, even weaker. So if GME would roll over on the 30-minute, that would be in negative territory already. Right? So that would mean negative price action. I don't want that to happen. I don't think it happens actually, but just because I don't think it doesn't mean I ain't paying attention to it. Because if this crosses over by the end of the day, I am going to... Oh, yeah, but Steve, what we say on this channel is AMC and GME are the things that are going to correct the market. Do you know that? But we've talked about the market getting a correction. We think that the crash signals are flashing right now. You have XLU that is way, way down here, and the SPY is way, way up here. This is a huge signal. It's a huge crash signal, actually. We have the dollar that is screaming higher. We have that. That could be correction or a crash. Look at that. Boom, but the stock market's higher. All of these things scream like, hey, there might be some big weakness coming. Big weakness coming. But we're still going to play the signals. We're not going to assume anything. We're going to play the signals. Now, what would be the reason that big weakness comes? Well, we said if these things start to sell off dramatically, what do they use to pay for the AMC problem? They have to liquidate their assets. Their assets are their collateral. I feel you, Kairos. So, Steve, yeah, just so you know, maybe you haven't been here to hear us talk much, but we agree with you. I agree with you, at least. I'm not going to talk for everyone. I agree with you. Yes. And I would say that AMC might be a distraction, but I think that AMC and GME are the distraction, and then them telling you to buy NVIDIA and telling you to buy Apple and telling you to buy Amazon at the levels they're at is the real falsehood. All right, let's see. 30-minute. I don't want that to cross over. That's it. Am I going to sell? Probably not, actually, but I might risk manage a little bit. Big candle. The thing is, if they were distracting you with it, I think the media might be distracting you with it by talking about it, but they're definitely working very hard to keep it down. Okay, let's look. So first sign of weakness is the 5-minute goes negative. Now the key thing here, we did not have even a 5-minute divergence. So let's see what happens. Let's watch it on a 5-minute for a little bit. Maybe even GME. Look at this on a 5-minute. We told you 5-minute pullback makes total sense here. But a 5-minute pullback that rolls over a 30-minute is a lot different than a 5-minute pullback. So we like to pay attention to multiple time frames at the same time. I love how I say we, and it's just me, kind of like I'm talking like I'm multiple people. It's just me, guys. Like me and my Husky German Shepherd and my Pit Bull, we all believe that a 30-minute MACD crossing down would not be good. Steve, if you look at our video from earlier this morning, we actually mentioned, because someone was like, what if I don't want to play options? How do I play downside? SQQQ, we brought up stocks. And then we didn't bring up VIXY, we brought up UVXY, but we also told them SPXS is a pretty good one. You got a mouse in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? You're selling a covered put. Chill like a cucumber. Trading is so nice when I just like watch little squiggly lines and they tell me what to do. I still would like this to pull back more, by the way. Oh, hold on. All right, baby girl, we have to, baby mama's got to go, but I'm watching girl on the monitor here, so if she starts waking up or crying or something, I might have to get her back to sleep. But that should maybe look good. Almost spilled. We can take a peek at Neo. Quick peek. Ugh. You can see the last time I talked about this. This is what I like to see, right? I can show you two things. I like to see this. I like to see this. I do not like to see this. You may get a bounce. I'd like to see a little bit of tapering so that you can make this angle up here. That's just all I would say about Neo for the most part. It just doesn't screen. It says like, hey, I could get a bounce, but you just don't have like reversal signals from what I do. I wouldn't have reasons to take a trade. Over here, you see all the reasons. Divergence, divergence, crosses up, big move up, stays crossed up the entire time. Okay, like that's reasons. This here, there's just not a lot of reasons. Unless you're talking about downside. I lost so much into it. Well, I'm sorry. I would highly encourage you guys to wait for reversal signals. Those will they will help a lot. Like, yeah, sometimes you V-shape recover, but a lot of the time momentum has to die out first before you see a solid bounce or a recovery. That's what I learned for a long time. Yeah, CPI might be the thing. We'll see. What if we get like a good CPI reading and AMC and GME just crash the market by going up? Because the projections aren't bad. Here, I'm going to take my headphones off, by the way, so I can hear if baby girl yells at me. She's right by the mic, so you guys might hear her yell too. She might have to come on the live show for a second if she has to wake up. So AMC, now the 5 minutes getting close to that center line, right? So if we're going to see another positive move out of the 5 minute, we're going to see that cross up. GME. I think this should still pull back. I don't like this look. I would rather it pull back just a little bit. But it doesn't matter what I would like. If that starts curling up a 2 hour, I'm cool as a cucumber. I like that. So now that we're close to the center line, we can see if the 5 minute has some gas left in it. We'll find out. As of right now, hourly momentum is with you. So as long as we're not curling over on anything. Well, it's a 5 minute, Diana. So a 5 minute pullback would only last like another 15 minutes or maybe 20 minutes. And then by the end of the day, you could see that run up. It would just be a confirmation that you're real. Like we said it with AMC earlier, but we had more time. So I get what you're saying, but trust me, once you have hourly momentum with you, you don't really care about 5 minute pullbacks too much. I don't know, man. You know, at one point, someone said, man, $20 is way too high to purchase GME. And then back in 2021, I bet someone said that. And then the price went to like $400 or $300. Once you look back on something, you can see. It's just how much research have you done? Are you paying attention to the signals? We'll see. But right now, this signal right here saying, I'm crossing up in 2 minutes. But I'm just telling you right now, if that's crossed up, that's a little weak. It's still in negative territory. So if this 30 minute crosses down, I would not say that's the moment just yet. But hey, we could open up tomorrow and just gap out. Who knows? You know, who knows? Has a big downward move now. Look at that 30 minute. Looks like it may want to cross. We'll have to pay attention to it. They really do not want it to close at this level, man. They're about to get margin called or something. It's because we're above $5. Daily must close green, especially for AMC. Actually, both are very important because, look, that used to be green. That would be a great sign. GME, technically still in positive territory. It has not crossed on the MACD, so that would be huge. Closing green would be a good thing. It looks nice. It's just starting to fade the move a little. Look at that. But we're still positive. So if that rolls negative, then we would say negativity, right? If it rolls negative, negativity. The only thing I can assume, Tabesh, is The only reason I can come up with for AMC running first here is because they were distracted by Roaring Kitty, like GME, everyone posting GME all the time, and Roaring Kitty focusing on GME, that they kind of ignore AMC for a second, and then it ran, and then they go, oh crap, we need to clamp down on AMC, and then because they were clamping down on AMC, then GME ran, and then they're going to go back and clamp. Right now they're clamping down hard on AMC, which tells me GME might hold up a little bit better. Do you see what I'm saying? SMCI about to lose support. Oh God, did the 2 hour do it? Oh, that 2 hour look is not good, man. If that crosses over, you're probably cutting through this little mini trend. We'll see, right? That's a probability, but that's not a good look. Ooh, AMC was so close to crossing on that 2 hour bar. Damn. Damn, Daniel. That's not cool, man. Okay, now I suspect since we're at the end of the day, we're about to see some crazy behavior here. Sorry, I punched the mic. I assume we're about to see probably some halts and shit. GameStop's crashing. It's up in the same level it was. What are you talking about? You guys need to chill. You're probably like, AMC's crashing. It just ran up by like 13% in one day. It's gonna have a pullback on a 5 minute, my dude. But Debesh, that's the best answer I can give. That's a very speculated answer. I don't know for sure. And I don't care, right? I always say I don't care. I just go, ooh, squiggly line crossed other squiggly line. Momentum's positive, cool. I go good. McDonald's, weirdly enough, I think it had like a daily divergence or something. No, because I'm not risk managing on a 5 minute. I'm risk managing on a 30 minute. So if this 30 minute crosses over, then I'll risk manage 10% of my play. Because there's one position I'm trading back and forth. But I kept it through this in case something crazy happened. Nothing crazy happened, lost a little bit there. Now I've gained it all back. Yeah, I've gained it all back on that position I've traded back and forth. So I just don't want the 30 minutes to cross over. That's it. That's my risk management. But right now, the 2 hours crossing up, right? So that's why I'm paying attention to the 30 minute. If this 2 hour can cross up, then the 30 minute will not cross back down. But I'm just watching a 5 minute to see, because if this 5 minute curls up, then there is no shot the 30 minute is curling down right now. All right, good style. Sorry I'm eating on stream. I was busy all day. My only chance to eat. And Mama Bear made me some ramen. Thank you, baby mama. God damn, that's some good ramen. I realize I say Mama Bear, and you guys probably think like, oh, he lives with his mom. He doesn't. That's my wife. I call her Mama Bear. And Baby Bear is on the screen right here. I might have to go grab her. Well, PLTR 30 minute. We'll do it real quick because a lot of people like this. Just real quick, 30 minute. It looks like divergence here. It looks like a double top. It could be different, but this really looks like a double top. So what I'd pay attention to is if this rolls over, it's the end of the day, so be careful for a rigged move. But if you've made profit in this, okay. 30 minute rolls over, you have the divergence there. It's a point to be like, hey, if I made money in this move, why don't I just make sure I'm breaking even or something like that, leave some runners. That's what I would say. The charts aren't telling you downside. They're very positive, but when I see something like that, I am someone who is like, if I see something that looks like a reversal signal, I'm probably going to manage that risk in that trade and try to take profit while I'm green. That's just me, though. If I see anything that looks like a reversal signal, I like to take profit. GME is rising. So you see how AMC is being pushed down now. So let's see, GME is rising. So we're kind of like, see, now they're distracted. AMC, they're pushing it down, so GME is able to run. And then we're going to see GME run real good, and then AMC is going to be suppressed. Or, I mean, going to run. Nobody knows where it's topping. I know that for the week, the level to pay attention to is 41.17. That's as high as the options market priced it in to go this week, is 41.17. That's a solid run, dude. There you go. If that 2 hour crossed up, there you go. Did the hourly cross up? There is your signal. Boom. This is why we talk about these things. That's a good run. We just always got to be managing risk. Look at the 30-minute. If that curls down, where is it? It's negative, okay? So this is something to pay attention to. Okay, now GME ran, right? If GME runs like this, then they're going to be like, oh crap, we got to slow down GME, and then AMC could run. They're not, I don't know if they're able to control both at once. The beaver can't plug it. It's running out of sticks. Oh, thank God baby girl is sleeping. Like peacefully. GME, I am now up 19%. Wow, that's fun. Did FFI, you just answer me this. I can't click on it. I'm gonna finish eating. Did it cross up? Did it cross up on that 30-minute or what? I gotta know. I kind of hate that you guys can see me eat right now. That was a big run that all of a sudden stopped. So big run comes, right? Big run, 5.86%. I wonder if something happened there, but big run. All right, now they're like, crap, we gotta slow this down. So watch AMC. Let's see if this thing starts to bounce now because they just slowed down GME. Let's find out. They do, but I don't think they can do it all at once. I think the algorithm's getting confused. Too much stuff is running. Yeah, I wouldn't pay too much attention to. I mean, here's the thing. I don't trade based on 5-minute charts. I'm just watching this because one, it's fun, and two, if it curls up, we'll see the charts move quickly to the upside, and I think that's fun. I will never make a decision because a 5-minute chart gets all of the moving averages taken back. Okay. Might have to go check on baby girl for a sec. Hold on. I gotta check on baby girl. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. We've got a little midget here. We've got a little midget here. Dad can't finish his food. He's got a little midget. Hello, Ari. Hello. Yeah. If you cry though, we have to get off the screen. Look. You guys thought I was lying? That's a baby. That's a little person. What the heck? Whoa, GME is running. GME's running. She might get fussy. I get fussy. You staring at that bush? You staring at that bush? Were you a little hot? You feel a little bit. Maybe you got a little hot. Margaret looks dumpy. Okay, where's your binky? I don't want that to fall. Can you stand up for a sec? Gotta hold you with one hand here. We gotta get your binkers. We got it. Alright, I'm gonna set that down. You guys want the reveal? Do you guys want the reveal? Alright, you guys gonna see her for just a split second. Okay, if you look at that, you gotta look at the screen. Look there. Okay, what do we buy? No, we're not buying Toys R Us. Gerber? Okay. Maybe we buy Gerber. She likes to sit here though. Look, it's like she's not even here. She's too short. She's too short. She was yelling. She was yelling at Dad. Okay, what happened while I was gone though? What happened while I was gone? She's probably gonna start yelling soon. I might have to end the stream, but I'm trying. Yeah, you want to get some AMC stock? Here, click the buttons. Click the buttons, here. Need your binkers? Do we need to get you a toy? Yeah, we might have to hop off. That's okay. That's okay. We gotta go play. I think I gotta hop off, guys, so I'm sorry about that, but we're still paying attention to the right things. 30-minute crossover. It's not gonna be good. She just woke up, so I gotta hop off.